Welcome back to Cryptos Are Us. I am George. We're all George. So guess who has $2 billion ready for spot ETFs? I don't think it's very hard to guess. But what's going on with it? Are we going to get approval? Well, I got more news for you guys in terms of when we will see an approval. And also, let's talk about some of the projects that will benefit the most from ETFs besides Bitcoin. All right, let's do this. Welcome, guys. Look at Bitcoin today, still holding right around 44,000 right now. Bitcoin is holding very strong. Obviously, no one really wants to sell Bitcoin ahead of a spot ETF approval. But I did notice since yesterday to today, alts bled out. A lot of the crypto projects have bled out. And I have a theory about that, why that's happening. If you look at Bitcoin dominance right here, and I wish I could make this bigger, but you can't make it bigger. It's hard to see, but the blue part, okay, the blue part is Bitcoin dominance. And then you have ETH dominance, and then you have everything else dominance. But the important part is the blue. You'll notice back in the day, Bitcoin dominance was in the 90s and 80s, okay? Bitcoin dominated everything, as it should have, because there was really, everything was just copycats. There was nothing going on in this space, right? And then, you know, in 2017, that's when you see, when you saw Ethereum dominance come up because it's the very first programmable chain out there. And yeah, right now, ETH still has a decent dominance. But you'll notice that Bitcoin dominance has been gaining strength. You can see over here, Bitcoin dominance fell to as low as 37% back in November. And then it started going up and up and up and up and up. And now it's at 52%, even though it's like at 50% just a few days ago, right? So why is this happening? Well, I mean, it's pretty clear. It's pretty clear because a lot of people are selling off their alts in anticipation that Bitcoin is going to pump to the moon, especially ahead of SPY ETFs. Let's not forget, not just SPY ETFs. The halving event is right around the corner too. Halving event is 3 months away. So this is why I've always said it's important to hold some Bitcoin in your portfolio. There are too many people that hold nothing but alts, 100% on alts, and not only even the big ones, a lot of the micro ones, right? You need to hold Bitcoin in your portfolio. Bitcoin, 50% in your portfolio will give you that stability. It'll give you that strength. Like right now, Bitcoin's not moving. Everything else is going down. And also, it gives you that growth. When Bitcoin goes up, everything else actually drains out. We have seen that time and time and time again, where Bitcoin dominance just gains and really sucks out of liquidity from everything else. So that's basically what's been happening. I feel like a lot of whales, right? A lot of whales, they're like, well, spot ETFs around the corner. We better get that cash ready for Bitcoin, because when we get approval, Bitcoin's going to skyrocket. That's exactly what's happening right now. And after we get approval, we could see just Bitcoin fly upwards, skyrocket, and alts may be taking a breather for a little bit, okay? But that doesn't mean you should give up on them. That doesn't mean that you should like, oh, sell everything and buy Bitcoin. No, because there's always a rotation, right? That's why it's better to be diversified. But anyways, Eric, who's like the well-known lawyer that everyone goes to for like actual facts about what's going on with like Ripple's lawsuit or with spot ETFs. Basically, he has confirmed yesterday afternoon that it's done. Yeah, it's basically done. Latest I'm hearing from multiple sources that final S1s are due 8 a.m. on Monday, as SEC is trying to line everyone up for a January 11th launch. That said, I still want to hear from the SEC to call official. So between him and here's someone else that basically said that SEC didn't ask for any additional feedback on the paperwork because there has been so many amendments They've been asking for so many amendments, and there's no more. They're all basically approved. There's no more amendments. So bottom line, next week, we're going to get approval. I know I've been saying that. It's like the boy who cried wolf at this point. I know that, but you know, all we could do is put 2 and 2 together, put all the facts together. And the facts show that everything is done. It's a done deal. So either on Monday or Tuesday or even Wednesday, we're going to hear from one of these fund managers, if not all, that we got approval. Okay? And it will be coming out, listed or whatever, right? It could be 11th, it could be 12th, but it's done. It's done. So it would not surprise me that this weekend, right now, I know we're part of the weekend, but it would not surprise me sometime this weekend, we're going to see some massive Bitcoin pumps. Because if this is a done deal and the insiders know it's a done deal, then you know a lot of people are going to take advantage of this, right? So, and here's something, you know, looking at all 12 spot ETFs that are supposed to come out, you look at the last column here, the amendments, yeah, they're all amended, ready to go, no more comments. It's done. Done deal. Unless something dramatically happens between now and next week, and somehow Gary's like, no, I didn't get my new contract, and I have to hold out a little bit longer. I don't know. It seems like it's done. And BlackRock supposedly has $2 billion lined up for their ETF. Now, this is a little confusing because it says existing BTC holders are ready to prepare to convert $2 billion into ETFs. I don't know Bitcoin holders. Maybe BlackRock themselves. You know, it's been speculated that they've been accumulating Bitcoin for quite some time, like years upon years. I would not doubt that they have $2 billion of BTC. Okay, even though recently it said, oh, they seeded it for 10 million. That's pocket change to them. That's not even worth Larry Fink's time. Okay, so obviously I think he has a lot of his own BTC and BTC of his influential friends that'll be coming into his spot ETF after it gets approval. And it's not just him. Remember, it's all these applicants are like huge giants, right? They're all going to have billions upon billions come in. That's what we have coming next week. Here's something that's really interesting, though. VanEck is saying that they're going to pledge 5% of their profits from their spot ETFs, and they're going dedicated to Bitcoin developers. That's actually really cool. If they stay true to this, because, you know, true Bitcoin maxis are like, we don't need ETFs. It doesn't benefit us, right? We don't need these big institutions coming in. And that's true. Bitcoin doesn't need all this, but you know, this is a way to just get more money in quicker and accelerate its growth. But yeah, I mean, ultimately Bitcoin doesn't need this. But you know, here's an interesting thing, you know, like, hey, if these fund managers realize, you know, let's do some good. Let's try to grow Bitcoin even more, right? Let's take what we're going to make and give a small percentage of that to the developers directly so they can continue to develop more innovative features for Bitcoin and help it grow even bigger. That's a win-win for everyone, right? That's actually pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I love to see BlackRock and Fidelity and everyone else do the same thing. Maybe do a 10% dedication to Bitcoin developers, right? Or to the miners or whatever. I mean, a lot of these guys already bought like tons of shares of Bitcoin miners. But yeah, I think this is pretty good. If they stay true to it. Now, something else that happened that no one could explain is this. Some mysterious person went on Binance, bought 1.17 million in Bitcoin, and sent it to Satoshi's wallet, the wallet that hasn't been touched since the very beginning. It's not a small send. It's over $1 million. So there's two explanations for this. Actually, three. One is Satoshi himself woke up and said, you know what? I need a little more Bitcoin. Or two, someone just decided to burn it because they have too much money and they just want to bring more attention to Bitcoin. Or three, I accidentally sent to the wrong address. So it's one of those three possibilities. You decide which one it is. But that just, it just happened. It just happened. Beyond that, hey, there's a lot of good things happening with Bitcoin, okay? The first weekly golden cross is happening. We've never, ever, ever had a weekly golden cross for Bitcoin. We had a lot of daily crosses. We have a lot of other time frames where we had a golden cross, but never on the weekly. So that's pretty bullish. That's pretty bullish. And of course, there's a lot more bullishness. I mean, if you look at this, we're in pre-bull. We just entered a bull run, right? And of course, if we're mimicking previous cycles, I mean, it's bullish. We're going to go a lot higher. That's what this is showing, right? Same thing with this. We're going a lot higher. We barely started the bull run. Barely started. But with spot ETFs, which could push Bitcoin, I believe, well above 50,000 immediately, then set the trend for halving event, which will then drive us possibly to our previous high already by that point, 70,000. And after we break 100,000, that's a huge psychological level, 6 figures. Once Bitcoin breaks 6 figures, I think that's when all hell breaks loose. Like every single company, every single person on the planet, they will all be talking about Bitcoin. Did you hear Bitcoin is above 100,000? Did you hear that, it's going to 200,000 this cycle? Did you hear that Michael Saylor bought, $10 billion more worth of Bitcoin? It's going to be a talk of the town. Everyone's going to be talking about it, and we'll definitely drive it a lot higher. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. But it's not just Bitcoin that will benefit, obviously, right? With spot ETFs, with more money, billions to trillions coming in, it's going to benefit the entire industry, right? But here's the thing. There are a lot of rumors about other ETFs that could be coming in 2024. So even though we're all waiting for Bitcoin spot ETF, what about other potential ETFs that could be coming? 2023 was actually a record-breaking year for ETFs. 2024 will probably set another record. But let's not forget, Ethereum spot ETF applications have already been submitted. So we could, within a few months, maybe 6 months down the road, we'll see Ethereum-based ETF, Ethereum spot ETFs come to market, right? Think about that. That could definitely drive Ethereum much higher. If that's the case, Ethereum could be a good speculative play just based on this. Ethereum obviously has been pretty weak from 2023 to 2024 so far, right? But it's still the big daddy. Its demise is greatly exaggerated, even though I've gone on record saying I think someone like Solana could outperform Ethereum, right? But, who knows? If there's a spot Ethereum ETF coming, that could skyrocket it 340% in 2024 alone, putting it up to $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 by the end of 2024. Can that happen? It certainly can. It certainly can. And also, who else may be getting a spot ETF? XRP. XRP is everyone's favorite crypto coin. Grayscale, Grayscale has XRP trusts. So now they're adding it to one of their other trusts. And considering that XRP is deemed a non-security, it's one of the only 3 or 4, a handful, let's just say, one of the only handful crypto that's deemed a commodity, you would figure then, hey, why not get some XRP spot ETFs, right? That could be around the corner too. I don't know how many people really want to buy XRP though. I mean, but here's the thing. If they have XRP, I'm sure there will be customers. There will be customers, but you know, right now it's been painful to be an XRP holder. But who knows? Who knows? So we got Bitcoin spot ETFs about to be approved. The ETH spot ETFs, that's probably going to get approved later this year. And then, you know, XRP spot ETFs, right? And here's the thing. Here's the last kicker that I'll mention, that it's not just secluded to these. There are rumors now, especially VanEck, they love Solana. They think Solana could join this spot ETF race too. And in 2024, we could see Solana spot ETFs. That would be crazy. The first 3, I think, are very plausible, obviously. But to add Solana into the mix and add Solana ETFs, that would be wild. That would be wild. But if it happens, it's going to drive Solana to the moon. Okay, so that's going to be fantastic. All right, that's what I want to talk about today. Oh, by the way, 2 big other news about this channel that I want to talk about. CryptoZeros Plus, right? Tonight, I'm onboarding one of my team members. He's going to start producing videos, TA videos, trading videos. He has been doing a spectacular job with my newsletters, Holder's Herald and Patreon. So I'm going to have him do videos, and I think you guys will be blown away. Another reason to subscribe to CryptoZeros Plus. That video is coming out tonight. Those of you guys that love charts, love TA, he's going to do it in a way that is really easy to understand. Unlike others with a crazy amount of lines, his way is very simple, and I really like it. And I think you guys will too. And here's another thing too. My Sunday walk videos, I'm going to move them to CryptoZeros Plus. Okay, because it fits more of what this channel is about. More entertainment, more, entertainment, the most entertaining crypto channel on YouTube. That's what I'm trying to make it. So Sunday walk videos, I'll still have my recap video on Sunday, but my walk video or my indoor video, whatever it may be, will be moved to CryptoZeros Plus starting tomorrow. Okay, so make sure you guys subscribe. I put the link in the description. Make sure you all go there and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the future videos. All right, that's it for my announcements. Let's do some Q&A. Got a good turnout on this Saturday. This camera, the camera settings just do not, there we go. It just does not save. All right, that looks better. All right, let me scroll up. Let me see if I missed anything. Grady, I see you in here. Welcome. Shane says, I plan on buying the ETF. I will keep my stack and add via my brokerage. My young kids are getting Bitcoin ETFs. Why? Why are you not getting them Bitcoin? It's really easy to just get a trust wallet for them and get them Bitcoin, physical Bitcoin. But ETFs are the next best thing. Keep in mind, ETFs do have fees, right? So it's not as good as physical Bitcoin, but it's the next best thing. Crypto graphics. Have you heard of Titan X? Would highly recommend. No, I have not. I don't know what it is. It just doesn't come up. Mike, good morning. XRP ETF is a joke. I honestly don't know who would buy XRP ETF. Seeing how weak they have been, I don't know. But who knows? Let's see here. Danielle Williamson asked, do you think Sol will get to 3,000 by 2025? Ooh, that's an interesting question. As unlikely as that sounds, I think that's within the realm of possibility. Here's the reason. Solana could do a 10x this year. I honestly believe they and everyone else that have been talking about the really up and coming, the really strong coins, they could do a 10x this year. No doubt about it. So once they do 10x in 2024, you got to figure in 2025, they're going to do a couple other X's. So maybe 1, 2, 3x. So can Solana do a 3x after hitting 1,000? I mean, it's definitely possible. It's definitely possible. I mean, this cycle is going to bring in so much money. I mean, I'm just theorizing as long as everyone else. But this cycle, I think it's going to bring so much money. I don't think we could actually imagine really how high things will go, but we could try. 2 billion is chump change if you take the macro view of others waiting that you are 100% right. 2 billion sounds like a lot, but you know, 2 billion for Blackrock is also pocket change. 2 billion is like, you know, in a grand scheme of things, if you look at how much debt is out there, how much is locked into real estate, how much is locked into gold, how much is locked to equities. I mean, we're all talking about trillions, tens of trillions, right? And even if we get a small percentage of money from those asset classes coming into Bitcoin, I mean, it's going to drive Bitcoin to like $1 million in no time. Ashton Kutcher should go back on Ellen to show XRP. I didn't know that. I didn't know he did that, but that would be funny. Except she doesn't have a show anymore. How many XRP am I holding? 0. Absolutely 0. If we get some XRP spot ETF, my answer will still be 0. Tax reason for my kid, they could use Roth for college, no capital gains, 10, 15 years on BTC growth. Yeah, that's good. Here's the thing about college, though. I think this day and age is different than when a lot of us went to college a while ago. I mean, I think there are a lot of things that you can learn on your own and be very good at and still get great, fantastic paying jobs without needing to go to college. That's the thing. Like, I know a lot of parents are dead set on, like, oh, my kids must go to college or university and must get their 4-year degree. I don't have that same mindset. I would be very happy if my kids came to me in high school and told me, hey, Dad, I want to start this business. I think it's really going to take off. Can you help me with it? You know, whatever. Be entrepreneurs. I would much rather they go that route than go to college. That's just me. That's just me. Most of my friends do not agree with that, but you know, that's how I feel. DJ, have you heard of Mint Layer? I keep seeing BTC Layer 2s like Stacks and Tactum run lately. Someone asked me about Mint Layer. I just haven't done enough research on it. So there are a lot of L2s. I got pitched some other L2 recently too for Bitcoin. There's just a lot that's coming out. I'll get to it. I want to put 3 coins to my portfolio today. Arweave, Stacks, and Ordies. Your thoughts? I got 7K to put into them, but I'll be out of cash. I don't want to miss the pump if ETFs get approved. I think with Bitcoin potentially skyrocketing, Stacks would be a good one. Ordi would be a good one. Anything related, and of course, just Bitcoin itself. Arweave is not directly tied to Bitcoin, so I don't know. It's a great play, but if you're like trying to bank on the ETF, I don't know if Arweave's go benefit from that. So, in fact, tonight's video on CRU Plus, I know for sure one of the coins that Noah talks about is Stacks, so you may want to check that out. Maddie C, my fight picks: Dreamer, Keeper, Crow, Patty, Shiny, Charles, and Grady. Can't wait to bet on Karate Combat. Thank you. It's going to be very exciting. That's coming up next month. We'll have a lot more content about it on CRU Plus too. But yes, it's going to be good. And you can bet directly in the Karate Combat app. And Karate tokens have been killing it recently too. Rico says colleges teach you to be average. You know, that's what college is for. College basically shows to employers that you could be a good employee. I mean, that's essentially what it means, that you can stay in school for 4 years and get through it and get a degree, right? Now, there's exceptions. If you're going to be a doctor, if you're going to be a lawyer, you're going to be, I don't know, mathematician, a rocket scientist or engineer, yeah, there are professions that you definitely need to go to a lot of school for, right? But if you're going to be a business major, right, I think it's much better to be an entrepreneur or work for a company, right, and get that real world experience. There are a lot of professions. If you want to be a programmer, you could self-teach yourself, all day long, especially with all the AI tools now. It's so easy to program and develop and learn by yourself. So I think it just depends, right? I think it really just depends. Fink is the biggest 2024. I'm not going to get into that. No, Jose. Pat Marshall, your thoughts on Block V or any other smart NFTs? I don't have any thoughts on smart NFTs. I'm not the biggest NFT guy. I've always been like that. I hold a few NFTs, but I certainly don't keep up with all the latest trends and all the latest collections or even smart NFTs. I don't know, but I will definitely get more into it for sure. What happened to Polygon? Nothing happened. It's just a little bit weaker, that's all. But it's still up there. 13. It still grew 48% in the last 90 days, just not as much as others. I think Polygon feels a little threatened by Arbitrum, Optimism, a lot of the layer 2s. Yeah, that's really it. So, but they're making a ton of relationships, getting their ZK EVM out. That's going to help them tremendously. Cardano correcting. I mean, a lot of alts corrected last night to this morning. Okay, that's normal. BTC dominance went up. It's 52%. It jumped up over 1% within a single night. That's normal. I think a lot of whales are anticipating that there will be a spot ETF approval next week, so they're getting cash ready, right? And just be forewarned that there are times when Bitcoin skyrockets because of some massive liquidity injection, it actually sucks out the liquidity from other alts, right? We may see that next week, or we may not. Alts are a lot stronger now than ever before, so we may not see that happen. But I'll tell you, in 2021, and especially in 2017, I have seen days where Bitcoin is up 20% and everything else is down 20%. I have seen those days. That happens. Thwarted. Do you think Arbitrum and Solana will rise with BTC? Yes, eventually. The money always flows out. Even though Bitcoin may get all liquidity, what happens is it then bleeds out and the money goes into others. That's how it always is. So yes. After ETF rule dump, I just don't see that. I don't see it. We're not high enough. If we're at like 60,000 already, then can we get a dump afterwards? Yeah, but we're not that high right now. So no. Samurai. Avalanche is the light. Don't miss out. The FOMO once it gets close to Solana. I mean, I'm still a big fan of Avalanche. Avalanche turned a little weak recently. I'm not sure why, but still, really good gain. 184% in the last 60 days. Can't complain about that. 32% in the last 30 days, right? So Avalanche, I'm big on. I like their direction. And Rich, thank you for that. Balls on Vapor Dex, next meme after Cock. Well, in terms of Avalanche, you got Cock, you got Kimbo, and then you got Balls. Those are the three that I like. The list of good coins never ending. It's okay to miss on some of the good ones, right? You can't pick every single coin. That's exactly true. That's the beauty too. If you think you missed one, there's always something else, right? So we got thousands and thousands of coins. If you miss some, it's okay. As long as your portfolio is moving in the right direction, it's moving upwards, you're making gains, that's all that matters. Yosser. All right, guys. I'll let you have your Saturday back. Overall, Bitcoin is doing well. Holding right around 44. Could get explosive later this weekend. As for ETFs, seems like it's a done deal. No more amendments. And SEC is waiting for everyone to submit their final S1s on Monday morning. Okay, so next week, it seems like this is a done deal. But until they confirm 100%, I guess it's not. But all the insiders say, this is it. It's done. Okay? And here's where we are in the cycle. We have barely started the bull run. So it's going to get so exciting, guys. So congratulations that you stuck around. Pat yourself on the back. Go buy yourself a Lambo, whatever it may be, okay? We're in it. We're in it, and it's about to get really exciting. So smash it a like, subscribe to the channel tonight. Make sure, go to Cryptos Plus, link in the description. Go subscribe right now. Tonight, debut of Noah's new trading videos. It's going to be fantastic. And plus, my Sunday walk video will be on CRU Plus going forward tomorrow. So make sure you subscribe. And I will see you guys on Monday, bright and early, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Have a good time. Have a good weekend, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.